Hi everyone, today is Monday, July 3rd. It's the day after my birthday, ha ha ha. I just wanted to say thank you for tuning into my videos. Today's video is actually going to be called An Autopsy of a Bee. And I actually found that when I open up, like, in my place, my personal space, like I live in, this really cute little loft. And it's a very, very nice concept because very high ceilings, very open concept, and you can have like, really beautiful visions from nature. You can see like the stars at night and all. Anyways, I live in this really, really cool loft. So I noticed that when I didn't have screens on my windows, because what had happened was I noticed that the screen started to like dry up and then it turned into dust, so when you touched it, it actually broke up into like little pieces. So what I did was I just took it all apart. Then I was gonna say, okay, let me replace it myself, because I also like to do like home renovation stuff as well. So anyways, I had a lot of bees flying into my place, and I thought to myself, wow, that's really interesting, because bees fly into places where they actually feel safe. And so a lot of them were flying into my place, so I was like, okay, no problem, welcome bee, whatever. But I saw this one that died, and I was like, wow, you know what? I want to see what kind of toxic chemical contamination, as well as contamination from electricity radiation and gas particulates, noise pollution, light pollution, and whatever else pollution. I want to see what that is represented as in the bee. So I'm going to show you. I made this little, like a little, it's like a little sacred bowl for the bee, because when they do autopsies, a lot of these like white yuppies are doing the autopsies. They just cut the body. They don't even like bless the body. They don't even like do something related to doing like a spiritual something of the body. All they do is you just cut it, and then they use like all these like liquid different types of acids and whatnot to, I don't even know what the fuck these people are doing. But I want to get into that sector as well. I mean, it's sad because, for example, I am, I don't even know if I should say my age, but I was actually born in 1972. And, a lot of people say, hey, shit, you don't even look your age. But I think about all the things that I missed out on. I missed on, having, like, finding a really, really beautiful lover. And I'm actually going to do a video about lovers, because I remember my first black boyfriend. I never dated anything outside my own race because I just wasn't attracted to their spirit, their spirit. And I remember my first black boyfriend, and I think when I was 13 or 14 years old, at that time you could have your driver's license at 14 in Alberta. So I used to drive up to where he lived, and he lived in like a community that was economically oppressed. So we used to go into the fields, and we used to ride on the swings, and he just brought so much joy in my life at that time, because at that time I really couldn't smile because I was going through a lot of violences related to sadistic religion terrorism. And I was beaten with like an extension cord. I had welts on my body, and even the blood was actually, my skin was cut where blood was actually drawn from my body. Like, I was just like, where did all this shit come from? Like, how could you actually be sort of this God-fearing follower and then beat the shit out of your kids? But then on the other hand, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to blame certain parents for doing certain things, certain gender of parents, because the thing is that if they've never been taught any better or shown another way, how can they actually do better? But on the other hand, I'm like, you know what, you know that you're not supposed to eat the shit from your toilet, so why don't you make, like, transfer the skills, right? So, yeah, so anyways, so I saw this dead bee, and I was like, wow, this is a deceased member of nature. So I said, okay, I'm going to do an autopsy on the bee, and I'm going to do it my way. So I was going to look up all this stuff around, how do you do autopsies or whatever, and I'm like, you know what, no. I'm going to actually consummate the body of the bee myself. I'm going to spiritualize it and ritualize it. So what I did was I don't know, I really wish I had like better, but here is actually the bee right here. And what I did was I put it in a bowl. It actually should be a glass bowl, but this is plastic. I put the bee in this plastic bowl with little oranges. So I want to get some nutmeg oil and put it on the body of the bee, and then get like a microscope so that I can actually see, you know, what sorts of environmental contaminants are in the bee. Because if we don't have bees around, then there's a lot of other things that and challenges that we'll have. So on that note, thank you for watching my video called Autopsy of the Bee. I'll definitely let you know more. Thanks, bye.